Alright, good evening, guys. Welcome to another late night stream of mine. So, it's been a few days, and as you see, we are continuing my long-term playthrough of U-Boat. So, we slip into the role of a German Second World War submarine commander. And this game, U-Boat, gives us a wonderful sandbox-like open world to rove and explore and, hunt. And this is exactly what we are doing at the moment. We are hunting for a merchantman. We established contact via hydrophone. This one here, and we already got a second contact, so our guesstimate is at the moment that they are moving this direction. We got the two contacts, extrapolating the course and extrapolating the speed to be roughly 8 miles per hour, 8 knots. And so here we go. I'm not quite sure. Did we have a second contact there? We will see. We will see. So, nevertheless, let me give you a brief view on the big picture. At the moment, we are in the Mediterranean, and it's the 23rd of December 43, which means that we are already 4 years into the war. I'm doing a complete playthrough since the very beginning of the war in September 39. Sharing every single mission, every single patrol, every single adventure with you, my dear friends. The YouTube community, the Twitch community. But what I was actually about to say is, since a while I also upload my streams afterwards to YouTube, so excuse me guys if I don't have the time for cutting, but I just share the adventure also on YouTube, and there is quite a few people who seem to have a certain interest, so feel free to scroll and fast forward through and find some snippets that you like in the video. But all my love actually goes to our little community that we have on Twitch, and looking forward to continue this adventure. So the game takes place in a completely open world. You could go just anywhere. Of course, it's recommendable to go where your seniors sent you to. And at the moment, we are doing this mini campaign in the overall war, or I wouldn't call it mini, maybe, or sub campaign, and our goal is to sink 250,000 tons of enemy transports and tankers in the Mediterranean. And as you see, we already have achieved the first 2 levels, and now it's still 1,000 tons to go, which is a bit of a challenge. So at the moment we are going with the Type 7. A few missions ago I upgraded to the Type 9, but found out that the Type 9 is still buggy, and up to now I don't have any information about that bug being stopped or patched, which is actually about leaks. So when you get a hull breach at depths, you have an enormous flow rate of water in, which is rather, unrealistic, or at least unstoppable. So if you have a hull breach with the Type 9 at the moment, you just don't have a chance. You sink, you can't stop it. So fast the water is streaming in. And what I was told is that this bug is only with the Type 9A, and with the later version it is not bugged. But as I didn't have the opportunity to upgrade to the later version, I just went back to the Type 7, which is a beautiful boat still, and perfectly fine for the Mediterranean short-range action, or say mid-range action. So we already have sunk, let me see, 1 or 2 ships, and now we are chasing another one. So let's go for 2 hours and then do another hydrophone check while it's nighttime. Good weather. Let's check our stores. Yeah, we did already fire quite a bunch of torpedoes. Yes, we were going after a fast-moving ship, and I did quite a few misses actually. We already got the outside stores in, I think. Or didn't we? No, we still have the outside stores, so in total we still have 6 bow torpedoes. And I think I did fire the stern torpedoes as well. Did I? Yeah. So I used up quite a few torpedoes. And yeah, I just barely missed that ship 2 or 3 times. And the weird thing is that the sound-seeking torpedoes, if you fire them on a freely moving merchant, it usually hits in the stern because it's attracted by the propeller, which is logical, but yeah, it just reduces depth, so you can't get the magnetic pistol to bring its effect to detonate underneath the hull, and it's always just minor damage. I did hit that ship twice with sound-seeking torpedoes, and it just moved on without reduced speed. So I think this is something where the developers could do a little bit of patching about the sound seekers. However, what else to check? Discipline is maximum. We still have plenty of fuel and food. Yeah, perfectly fine. So we have good stores. And then let's do a bit of a time acceleration for until 20 past 9, right? Here we go. One hour. Yeah, let's just do the second hour. I think we could well assume that we have roughly extrapolated their course roughly correct. Yeah, we are going flank speed. That's the idea. And now I'm gonna try to put ourselves in front of their course. So here we are after 2 hours. Let's do another hydrophone check. From my extrapolation, we would estimate the ship to be somewhere here. Yeah, you see, I am playing with almost maximum difficulty level, and I have turned off the automatic representation of other ships, of contacts on the map. Yeah, I quite like that approach, that you really have to kind of estimate the positions from the reports that you get, put it onto the map, and do these kind of extrapolations. Okay, ballast tanks are flooded by now, and we should go down any minute. Okay, 115 degrees. Okay, amazing. So, let's see. Okay, come on. Oh no. Does it mean that this ship is moving with this enormously slow speed? That might indicate that we actually do have a fisherman there. Well, let's finish the 5 minutes of hydrophone check down here and see if there is any other contacts, and yeah, then go for the guy and check it. Might be that we have a fisherman there. Yeah, that's actually the trick. As soon as we dive to something like 50 meters, we are well away from the surface noise, from the waves, the wind, the clattering of the waves, and down there in the complete or relative silence, we have an enormous range of the hydrophone. Yeah, sound travels enormous distances underneath the water, and this is what we utilize. In the game we can have something like, yeah, more than 90 miles detection radius, so we should detect just any propeller, any moving propeller within this range. Hey, Isley, good evening. Ah, yes, who is playing at the moment, actually? I'm not quite up to date with that. Ah, Canada, Qatar. Okay. Yeah, nice that you drop in, but so yeah, might be that we have a relatively quiet stream tonight because most of the people are gonna watch the World Cup. Yeah. But nevertheless, nice to see you in the stream again. How are you doing? Mother propeller noise. Okay, this guy also pretty much looks like come on, in 2 hours. Oh shit. I think both of these guys are fishermen, probably. I wonder why they are rated by Mr. Hinrich to be moving with medium speed. They should be rated low or slow speed, low speed, slow. Let's accelerate a bit. And there we go, back to the surface. And I think I'm gonna go straight for that ship.
45 Meter.
Kurs setzen.
Natürlich, Herr
5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloy, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Yeah, it could be half an hour.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Looks like we have a bit of water in the bilge. Yeah, almost nothing. Okay, we need some of the engineering guys at the engines. So please make the engines go flank. It's 9:30. So let's go until 10 o'clock, and that should bring us into the range. Hopefully into vision range of that guy. Maybe I would like to have
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
additional guys on the bridge on lookout, so this will increase our vision range a bit. Okay, from that reckoning point of view, they should be in view by now. Let's put on a filter. Degrees. There they are.
Alarm. Handelsschiff in Sicht. Peilung 115.
Ah, great. It's not a fisherman. It's not a fisherman. That's very good. Okay, the bearing is 120.
Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, I think it's an unarmed trader. So let's see if we can force them to abandon ship. By the way, stop the alarm and give me a save. 195 degrees. Something like that.
Kurs setzen. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Yeah, let's put ourselves into their way. Ordinary trader. I think he didn't yet spot us, so we could give it a dive.
Auf
Go
Seerohrtiefe.
for periscope depth.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
280, okay. They were pretty slow. Yeah, they were going with something like 6 knots, which is amazingly slow. Yeah, but probably I'm not gonna try to torpedo them, but gonna try to scare them off the ship.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 355 Grad. Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Okay, that's bullshit again. That's bullshit. This one is... okay. Let's not rely on these contacts for now.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Torpedorohr
Okay, just to be on the safe side, let's one of the guy assist the depth steers guys to be sure that we maintain depth and don't broach the surface. Yeah, they're not zigzagging yet. They haven't yet spotted us.
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
Peilung 270 Grad. Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
But I really don't know if I want to rely on these contacts at the moment. They are coming in. I'm really not yet sure which type of ship this is. I'm not sure. I don't know, Empire Bell or Empire Explorer. Not Empire Tower.
Kleine Fahrt, voraus.
I would guess Empire Bell. What do you guys think? You've got a guess? Is it Empire Bell or is it Empire Explorer? The Explorer has this mast, radio mast, in the middle. And I think we don't see that radio mast here, do we? In the darkness it's hard to figure out. Could be, but not quite sure. Could be that we have that radio mast there. Yes, I think we have. There. So, Empire Explorer is my guess. And then give the angle on bow a wild guess and the distance.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 8, 2, 3 Meter. Winkel 4, 6, rechts. Gegnerfahrt 6, Knoten. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 4, 7, 1 Meter.
Now let them come closer. I'm not sure about their speed. I somehow feel a bit unsure. I really can't believe that they're going so slow as I did estimate.
Schussunterlagen
Okay,
aktualisieren.
less than a mile distance by now.
1, 6, 5, 7 Meter.
Let's give it another save. And let's see if we can make them abandon ship. By the way, what's the maintenance status of our torpedoes? Yeah, fairly okay. Yeah, I think we can get to the surface now.
Anblasen. Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
Okay, the target is still too far to convince them abandoning their ship. We can't signal them yet.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kanoi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Alle Maschinen, stopp.
Okay, there we are now. Save the game. And let's see. Let's give them some signals. This freighter is unarmed and seems to be not escorted. We may attempt to communicate. Communicate that we intend to sink the ship. After your crew sends the light signals that you're going to sink the ship, a commotion is quickly seen on the deck and the crew is leaving the ship. Yes, very good. So that prize is ours then. Let's check the lifeboats. No officers on board. What about lifeboat 2? Okay, let's get the 2 officers on board, save them, and the rest is gonna get a little bit of food, which will increase our reputation actually. Number 1 and number 2. Alright, after having done that, we can send a boarding party to scuttle the ship. So who's gonna be part of the team? Mr. Schneider, our first mechanic, Mr. Grada, our chief engineer. He's actually the guy who has the knowledge to scuttle the ship. And we still have the pink eyes effect. Why can't they stop that? And let's send the bosun just together with them. And 7 crewmates, there we go. There we see the Zodiac casting off towards the prize. And go for the engine room. go scuttle the ship. Our chief engineer actually does have that ability. And the boarding party is returning. And the ship is sinking quickly. 2 lifeboats there in the background. Yeah. Okay, that was not too much tonnage. That was a relatively small one. But let's go after that other guy. Mr. Strauss, please man the radio for a moment to send this message of success. And then we're gonna try to chase down that other guy.
Funktelegramm gesendet. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
We're gonna go flank. Extrapolated course of this guy. Roughly like this. So 2 hours should bring them there. And, well, 1 hour would already bring us more or less ahead of them. So let's go for 1 hour.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Ich bin sehr müde.
Yeah, alright, then have a rest. Give it another save. And let's go. For 1 hour roughly. Yeah, the radar detector is completely passive, so we wouldn't be able to detect merchantmen. We were just able to be detecting other ships that actually emit radar radiation. Yeah, come on, let's do one
Auf maximal
deep dive.
Tiefe gehen.
Now,
Konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
here we go.
Tauchen auf 50 Meter.
Hydrophone check. To see if we can roughly confirm their position and if our extrapolation here, our dead reckoning, was correct. Guys, you can step away from the alarm.
Alarm beenden.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Yeah, now we are going down to 50 meters.
40 Grad.
And down there we have maximum silence and maximum detection range. As long as you're on the surface, the hydrophone doesn't work. It's of course underneath the surface, but still there is too much noise when you're at the surface that you could hear anything with the hydrophone.
Aktuelle Tiefe 45 Meter.
Alright, there they are. Moving faster than I thought. Maybe. So let's not wait it out,
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten
but get
setzen.
back to the surface.
Anblasen.
Meter.
They might be moving like that.
25 Meter.
What's the time? It's still before midnight in the game.
Motoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I just see the number of watches going up, so a few guys in the stream. Don't worry, you're completely anonymous and you can stay if you like. No problem, perfectly fine if you just lurk, but yeah, of course, I'm always curious who is around. So any comment in the chat is always welcome. And if it's just a hi or a thumbs up. But don't feel observed. Perfectly fine if you just lurk. No pressure.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Yeah, let's send some more guys to the conning tower, observation tower.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Yeah, they might be in vision range already. No. Oh, yes.
Handelsschiff. 300 Grad.
What do we have? What do we have there? It's Empire Bell, isn't it? It's pretty deep in the water. I think it's an Empire Bell, and the distance, well, the speed. Are they moving with 8 knots, something? 8 knots here. And the angle on bow at the moment,
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 8.
pretty much like that. 290 degrees. Which is 70, right? So they must be somewhere there. Guesstimation, which would mean a distance of, yeah, almost 2 miles. Let's see if we can confirm that.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren.
That's kind of consistent.
3, 5, 9, 6 Meter.
But it looks a bit like that they're moving on a different course, that they have been changing course more northward. Could they already have spotted us?
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Oh no. Broken leg, oh no. Oh, terrible. That's bad. Yeah, usually things look rougher than they are. But yeah, if they really... Ah, shit. Poor guy. Who is it? Which team? Canada or Qatar? Yeah, probably aqua icing is not in the stream. And he's watching his team, probably. Just an ordinary tackle, yeah, and once in 1,000 it goes wrong, yep. Oh, well, I hate that, yeah, poor guy. Can you tell which team he belongs to? Okay, there we have him, the Empire Hawk. Canadian. I'm sorry for the guy. I'm not quite sure whether they are already evading me. Might be that they have spotted us. Not quite sure if he's zigzagging. Let's speed down. I think now we are in a relatively good position. Closing in, but still too far. Yeah, it's an unarmed guy. Definitely. Okay, there we are, ready to interact.
Alle Maschinen.
After your crew sends the light signals that you're going to sink this ship, a commotion is quickly seen on the deck. The crew is leaving the ship. Alright. They give up. Again, get the 2 officers on board, and the rest is gonna get some supplies. But, well, do I really want to do that? I might run out of supplies if I go on like that. Now send a team again. Mr. Schneider, Mr. Grade, and Mr. Schultz, the bosun. And 7 crewmates. There we go. Here we should see the Zodiac again, crossing the stretch of water towards the prize. So, Islay, any goals in the match up to now? Go for the engine room and scuttle the ship without explosives. There we go. Okay, so Canada is the clear winner, or going to. How many minutes is it still to go? Yeah, going down pretty quickly. Here we are, the deadly shadow. Okay, again, we could radio. Yeah, we're still away from our target area. Let's go. Tonnage 165,000. Okay, we are progressing. So that was something like 6,000 tons. That's okay.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
All right.
Zeit für eine Auszeit.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Bestätige.
Give it a save. And let's carry on. We are still away from our assigned patrol area. And we have already shot more than half of our torpedoes. Let's go. Speed up and then let's go. Yeah, the Mediterranean still feels a bit too easy, I would say. One reason is that obviously there is not implemented any air cover. Hopefully we can say yet. Yeah, quite some stuff to do for the development crews still. So I hope next time we don't get a new sub, but we get a load of little glitches being patched.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
So it's getting morning, 6 o'clock. How does it feel? How does it look? Here in the Mediterranean at 6 o'clock. Yeah, nice weather. Nice weather. The sun is not yet up. Yeah, well, okay, it's December. It's the eve of Christmas. Okay, so you would say the referee is not doing a good job? Yeah, let's carry on. Maybe for another 4 hours, and then we are gonna do another hydrophone check. Like here.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Tauchen auf 50 Meter.
Okay. Not good. So, hydrophone check. We are going down again to 50 meters
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
and doing a 5 minutes hydrophone check.
Meter. 45 Meter.
Jawohl.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Ah, come on.
Jawohl, ich kümmere
You
mich darum.
don't.
50 Meter.
Yeah, when we are back to the surface, we are gonna turn on the pump for a few minutes to dry the bilge. Yeah, that's completely uncritical, but a beautiful feature of the game that you always have some kind of quiet accumulation of water in the bilge depending on the boundary conditions.
Krieg in der Marine gedient. Hat mir immer Geschichten über das Leben auf See erzählt.
Schraubengeräusch.
125 Grad.
Okay.
55 Meter.
Ja,
It says medium speed. Might be worthwhile to go for it.
50 Meter.
Aktuelle Tiefe 55 Meter.
Yeah, we are in deep water here.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Shit.
anblasen.
40 Meter.
All right. Let's get back to the surface, and now let's first assume that they are going with something
20
like
Meter.
standard 8 knots like any merchant. Then after an hour they should be somewhere on that circle. And as for us, after 1 hour going flank speed,
Wir sind aufgetaucht.
we should have done something like 16 miles. So 10 past 10, let's go till 10 past 11. It's 10 o'clock. What about the weather? Looks alright. It's overcast, but good weather. Good vision range, probably. All right, 1 hour.
Tauchen auf. 50
Second hydrophone check. Yeah, here you see all the off-watch crew running to the front compartment to give additional diving ballast. The depth steers are manned and the valves are already open, I guess. No, not yet. Who's gonna open the valves? Mr. Arlos is gonna open the valves. And now seawater is gonna stream into the ballast tanks quickly to drag the boat down. That's the principle.
Aktuelle Tiefe. 5 Meter Motoren wechseln.
Yeah, here, Mr. Schneider, he is restlessly doing maintenance on the torpedoes so that they are always in optimum condition.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
45 Meter. 50 Meter.
'Ich hätte nie gedacht, dass ich mich an die ständige Bewegung des Bootes gewöhnen würde. Aber es ist erstaunlich, wie schnell man sich daran gewöhnt. Ja, wirklich lange.
55 Meter.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloy?
Now I'm curious. Now we are getting the second data point. 1 hour ago we had that data point, and now the second data point will give us their heading and an estimate of their speed. So the delta in miles, which they have traveled between the first hydrophone and the second hydrophone check, which was 1 hour apart,
55 Meter.
is the knots of their speed. So 10 knots is 10 nautical miles per hour. Pretty straightforward. Hey, but where are they? Have they been sunk? Meanwhile, hey, come on, guys, don't I get any hydrophone signal? Can't believe that they're gone. Really can't. What's the matter? Propeller stopped 50 meters depth away from the noisy surface. Why don't we get a signal?
Torpedorohr 4 gewartet.
An
Oh shit. Yeah, maybe they were taken by another submarine.
Achtung, 5 Grad.
Alright.
Tiefer, 45 Meter.
So if you ask me, this pretty much looks like a fisherman. I think I'm definitely not gonna go after him.
25 Meter.
But now, what I would like to do now is testing the limits of the boat a bit.
5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Kurs setzen. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Let's get the compressed air back to maximum. Somebody's gonna have to turn on the compressors. Mr. Schneider is on the way. Yeah, it's a diesel compressor and an electric compressor, and as long as we are on the surface, the crew usually starts both of them to have the compressed air back as fast as possible. Yeah, okay, we switched back to this boat just at the beginning of the patrol, so the boat is completely virgin, like from the docks. Just waiting to get the maximum compressed air pressure. And then we are gonna do a test dive. Yeah, keep in mind that I have installed one single mod, and that is the deep leaks mod, which is great and reliably working even after the update. So that means, yeah, in the vanilla game it's like you dive and dive and then you reach the crashing depth and then the boat gets crushed, or you get depth charged and get crushed somewhere at any depth. But with the deep leaks mod, even without any enemy around, you start to get little leaks when you dive, starting from something like 160 meters downwards. You have weaknesses like a gasket giving way or a pipe blowing, and yeah, so these damages you can repair, and it's like burning in the boat. If you do this, then afterwards you could go to these depths without any failure, because you have, yeah, kind of detected all the weak points. So this is meant by the boat's readiness. Okay, so full compressed air, and here we see Mr. Arles coming sternways and turning off the compressors. Now guys, let's give it another dive.
Auf maximal sichere Tiefe gehen.
Ruhig und konzentriert, Männer. Wir schaffen das.
Again, off-watch crew, going for the front compartment. Mr. Schultz is opening the valves, 2 guys have manned the depth steers. And here we are, flooding the ballast tanks, dragging us down.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter. E-Motorenwechsel. Meter.
Yeah, with this order, the crew brings the boat down to 150 meters, which even this is already beyond the specification of the shipyard.
45 Meter.
Schraubengeräusch. Meinung 150 Grad.
We have contact again.
Aktuelle Tiefe 65 Meter.
Not quite sure what that is.
80 Meter.
We are at 80 meters, going deeper.
Meter.
100 meters. Now we are leaving the green area, entering the yellow area, which, at least in the game, is still uncritical. So let's see when we do get the first pipe bursting.
Aktuelle Tiefe 115 Meter. Ja. 125 Meter.
Yeah, wow, getting deeper. By the way, allow me to be AFK for 1 minute.
Aktuelle Tiefe 135 Meter.
Alright, back again. Thanks for your patience. Let's carry on with our deep dive test.
Aktuelle Tiefe 140 Meter.
140. I think at 150 and a bit more, it should start. Yeah, there we already have that sound
145 Meter.
of bolts giving way. But the bilge is pretty dry still.
150 Meter. Ja. 155 Meter.
So, Mr. Lamprecht, do you need a coffee or what's the problem?
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant. Aktuelle Tiefe 150 Meter. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Okay, so
Etwas Hilfe gebraucht.
please support the officers.
Kommandant.
155 Meter.
Yeah, alright, let's give it a save. And let's go for 160.
Tauchen auf 165 Meter.
Or 65, however. Yeah, pump performance is decreased by 60%. So only 40% of pump performance left. Yeah, that's pretty logical, as at that depth the pump has to work against that enormous outside pressure. And there we have a pipe being blown away. Who's gonna repair it? Mr. Ahlers, please.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Yes, do so.
165 Meter.
Yeah, there is a setting for the crew where you can make them automatically repair, or that the repair is automatically prioritized, but that is a bit weird. So 1 or 2 streams ago I actually made up my mind that it's better to just
Aktuelle Tiefe 100.
make it all manual to address the repairing manually. So we have a bit of water coming in.
Wassereinbruch in der Kombüse gestoppt.
Alright.
165 Meter.
So what about the pump? If we turn on the pump right away.
Lenzpumpe einschalten. 170 Meter.
So did we use
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
spare parts for that? No, obviously not. Obviously not.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Yeah, sometimes you need no spare parts for repair.
Herr Kapitän?
Pump is turned on. Does it actually matter? Do we get water out? Yes, we get, obviously. So let's go a bit deeper for 180.
180 Meter.
Alles Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Meter.
All right, they're doing a good job with repairing.
Wassereinbruch in der Zentrale
Okay,
gestoppt.
the pump is still running. Oh no, they just turned it off. Okay, boat's readiness 4%. Give it another save and let's get deeper. For
Tauchen auf
200. Hey, weight loss, good evening. How are you doing? Great to have you in again. So, as you might remember, I had changed back to the Type 7 from the Type 9, and so I have to redo all this. Establishing the readiness of the boat by test dives. Let's see, Mr. Arles, please repair that one. And Mr. Schneider, please be so kind and repair that leak. A lot of water coming in. And we get a third leak, don't we? One is under repair. 2, it's under repair, and this one, external hatch. Who's gonna do that? Mr. Grade. Please be so kind. Somebody could actually turn on the pump again.
Lenzpumpe einschalten. 200 Meter.
Wow, now we get a lot of leaks, don't we? Mr. Hinrich, could you? Let's just hope that we don't get in too much water now. Yeah.
Im Torpedoraum gestoppt.
I think I'm gonna go back to 180 meters.
Auf 180 Meter.
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Mr. Arles. So let's go for the pipe in the control room.
Aktuelle Tiefe 205 Meter.
Wassereinbruch in der Kombüse gestoppt. Wassereinbruch im Maschinenraum gestoppt.
So, Mr. Schneider. One more.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
200 Meter.
Yeah, the buoyancy still seems to be alright. Dismantle for spare parts. What does that mean?
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
190 Meter.
Ah, no, you're not serious. Come on,
Lenzpumpe
stop that.
ausschalten.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Dismantle the pump for spare parts? That's not what they... Hey, come on.
185 Meter.
Okay, so this is something that you really shouldn't do, I think.
Wassereinbruch in der Zentrale gestoppt.
Lenzpumpe einschalten. Lenzpumpe ausschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Wassereinbruch in der Kombüse gestoppt.
Yeah, we are getting the water out. Wow, okay, amazing. That's amazing. So I'm just a little bit in awe what this symbol now means.
Aktuelle Tiefe 180 Meter.
Offiziersraum gestoppt.
Lenzpumpe ausschalten.
Why do we now have this little cross there? Let's just hope that I did not start the dismantling accidentally. But yeah, I wasn't aware that this is part of the mod yet, that you could start dismantling systems for spare parts, which kind of might make sense in certain situations. I am still learning about this little mod. It's just so great.
Herr Kaloin,
180 Meter.
Yeah, let's get a little bit deeper again.
Tauchen auf 200 Meter.
Okay, we still have a bit of water in here. The pump is running.
Aktuelle Tiefe
ich erwarte
190
Ihre
Meter.
Befehle. Herr Kapitän, verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
200 Meter.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Yeah, we might be running out of spare parts. Let's see.
Ja?
Still 5, 4, 4. How many spare parts do we? Okay, so, and we have nice scrap metal. Who could actually do the scrap metal thing?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Aktuelle Tiefe 200 Meter.
Herr Kapitän,
Wassereinbruch
Who's the guy who can do the scrap metal thing? Oh, that was kind of weird. Yes, it definitely is, yeah. So how do I now convert scrap metal into spare parts?
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Herr Kapitän.
Alright, so he can do it. Yeah, you need the free inventory slot.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 140 Grad. Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Okay, contacts there. Yeah, we might check it later. Let's see. Are we getting rid of the water?
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Yes, we do get rid of the water. I don't know what that little cross there means. Does it just mean that I can switch it off? So the boat readiness is 11% by now. Allow me to, save. And then be AFK for 1 more minute. We are preparing new spare parts out of the salvaged parts. But 2 salvaged parts will give us 1 set of spare parts. Alright. Back again. Now, let's go a little bit deeper.
Tauchen auf 210 Meter.
What's the efficiency of the pump at the moment? It's reduced down to 20%. 23, 22.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 150 Grad.
So now it looks like we got rid of the water.
210 Meter.
And there we have the spare parts.
Herr Kaloin?
Herr Kaloin, ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Okay, we have another leak.
Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich
Torpedo loading hatch. Oh, seems to be... Ah, yeah, it's this one. External pressure 22 atmospheres. That's quite a bit. But yeah, let's really find out where the weaknesses are.
Wassereinbruch im Bugtorpedoraum gestoppt.
So, that one.
Herr Kapitän?
Herr Kaloin?
Kapitän?
That took a set of spare parts again. Okay, you cannot dismantle just any system.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
More spare parts.
Ich erwarte
Nice.
Ihre Befehle.
Herr Kapitän?
Ja?
Ich erwarte Ihre Befehle.
Ah, Mr. Schneider, he is already working on the spare parts. Very good. There is a bit of water in the command center, but just 13, almost nothing. Yeah, the boat looks relatively dry. Let's see that we get one step deeper. Yeah, maybe wait until Mr. Schneider has finished preparing more spare parts. Oh, nice, Bannerlord. Yeah, great, great. I'd been playing it for a little while offline. It's a wonderful game, but what I actually had been diving in a lot more in the last week was Skyrim. I started a new Skyrim game and I actually installed one, yeah, pretty kind of overall mod, which is the, what was the name? It completely changes the gameplay, making the gameplay much more tough, so that the skill of your enemies is not anymore related to your own level, but you have, yeah, full-scale enemies. Requiem is the name of the mod, so it makes the game much harder, making it feel more like a stalker or something. And after having installed the mod, I started a new game, and I already have put a few hours into it lately. Yeah, Bannerlord is great. Did you start a new game, or did you have an old save which you continued? Now let's see that we get another 10 minutes, 10 meters deeper. Well, readiness is 12%.
215 Meter.
So, no more leaks. Can't believe it. Pretty sure there's gonna be more leaks any minute. Yeah, discipline is still alright. Wow, what is this cinematic combat and cinematic charges? Could you roughly describe what it would change? So efficiency of the pump is down to 15% at the moment. Let's go deeper.
Tauchen auf 230
Wow, 230 meters. I really wonder.
Aktuelle Tiefe
Would have expected to
225
get
Meter.
more leaks now. A lot of leaks. But at the moment, fingers crossed. Oh, that was loud.
230 Meter.
230 meters. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Probably needs a bit of processor capacity, I guess. If you're playing battles with something like 800 or 1000 guys, probably it would reduce the maximum number of people that you can have on the battlefield, I guess. do I dare to go even deeper to 240 meters?
Tauchen auf 240 Meter.
Okay, yeah, amazing. Up to now I just never dared to install any mod onto the game. But yeah, these kind of mods, they actually should not influence the balancing, right? This is, I mean, Bannerlord is, I would say it's the most complex game ever.
240 Meter.
Alles klar, ich werde mich darum
And with a beautiful balancing, and I'm so very afraid to destroy the balancing of the game with mods.
Aktuelle Tiefe 245 Meter. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Yeah, we should have a hell of a flow rate.
Wassereinbruch in der Kombüse gestoppt.
Wassereinbruch in der Kombüse gestoppt.
I never played it with mods actually. Now here we are again. Do we have, yeah, just one set of spare parts for now?
Herr Kapitän,
Jawohl.
Herr Kaloin,
Do we get the water out? Slowly. So what's the readiness level now? 14%. Ah, that's amazing.
Aktuelle Tiefe 240 Meter.
Come on, I think we can go back to the surface with that. Guys, good job.
Anblasen. 245 Meter.
To blow the tanks just doesn't make any sense down here, I think. It's a waste of air.
235 Meter.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Meter. Tauchen auf 150 Meter. Aktuelle Tiefe
Yeah, here it has almost no effect. Yeah, the compressed air against the enormous pressure outside down here doesn't really make a difference. We get a bit of a buoyancy, and let's continue the blowing when we are at a more decent level. Okay, but good to see that you can actually stop the blowing if you just address some other depth different from the surface.
200 Meter. 190 Meter. ...180 Meter. ...170 Meter.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
Let's give it another try to blow.
Anblasen. Aktuelle Tiefe 160 Meter.
Yeah, the water actually got back into the tanks. Okay, now it has an effect, but still a pretty small effect, I would say.
130 Meter.
Okay, now we slowly get the water out of the ballast tanks.
Meter. Meter. 50 Meter.
What's the time of the day? Yeah, almost lunchtime. Noon.
30 Meter.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
10 Meter. Alarm beenden. Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Should we go there and check them? I think it's not worthwhile. Let's just carry on to reach our mission area.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloy.
Time zone changed, okay. Okay, so one more hour and probably we're gonna get the change of watch then. Alright, interesting.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
7 o'clock in the morning, here we are. Alright, guys, it's getting late around here. It's 2:30 or 20 to 3. And although I can sleep a little bit longer tomorrow, I still have some work to do tomorrow. And so it is reasonable to go to bed. Thank you very much for your company. So maybe a few guys were missing due to the championship. Nevertheless, very happy that you were in. Weight loss and I slay. So, yeah, last week I actually did skip my Saturday night stream. But yeah, tomorrow, Friday night, I'm definitely gonna be online. So looking forward to see you guys. Bye bye.